Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Kari and today I am doing the 6 book tag. I am doing the Anne Boleyn part of the book tag, as you may have been able to figure out by my necklace. The reason I'm doing this book tag is because I went and saw it yesterday when this video goes up with some of my colleagues, and as a general rule I will say fantastic show, amazing accuracy, great energy, great voices, and the lights, just the setup and the sound and the lights and the show in general is fantastic. So if you're interested at all in seeing it, I do recommend going. However, from a Tudor buff's perspective, because I think at this point I have at least mostly earned the right to call myself that, they missed so many opportunities. I get that it is only an hour and a half, I get that they didn't have time to put in everything, but at the same time, Hamilton is 3 hours long, people. They could have lengthened the 6 and put so much more in there. Also, as a side note, I do know the wives of Henry V and VI, or 6th and 7th, my bad. I don't know the wife of Henry V, but I do know the 6th and 7th wives. So, there's that. Anyway, like I said, I really did enjoy this, but this tag, let's see. Let's go check it out. This tag was created by your book nerd Zoe, Jake, Ceres, Joe, Tom, and Emma, whose channels I will link down below. I've only watched Zoe's video because it was Anne Boleyn and, again, necklace. I did not take the quiz. You can take a quiz. It's a 6-part book tag. You don't have to do all 6. I will also link Zoe's video down below where she explains it a little bit better, but 6-part video because there's 6 wives, and you choose or take the quiz and find out which one you're most like. I could take a quiz, but I admire most of them. Catherine Howard, I still maintain, was an idiot. Youth, maybe it may have been, but an idiot nonetheless. The rest of them were very strong, intelligent, amazing women, and I admire them, even if Anne Boleyn and Anne of Cleves are my favorite. That said, I am doing the Anne Boleyn version of this tag. There are 6 questions or so, and let's get into them. I'm gonna go backwards, actually, because that's the way they're stacked. In which case, the first question is, "Sorry, not sorry about what I said," which is a lyric from Anne Boleyn's song. And for that, you need an unpopular opinion. I'm sure I have an unpopular opinion, I just can't think of what it is at the moment. So if I think of one by tomorrow when this gets posted, I'll let you know. If not, just go back and watch some other video because I'm sure I've said an unpopular opinion in one of them. But God knows what it is. Number 2 is most ambitious character. For this I am going with Alexa from the Dark Hills Divide series by Patrick Carman. She's not ambitious in the traditional sense that we think of, where you just want to get all the power you can and damn anybody who gets in your way. I chose Alexa because she is ambitious. She wants to be who she feels she should be and do what she thinks is right rather than what her father or her mother expects. She takes the consequences of her actions, but she also knows what she does is right and goes for it with everything she has. And in my mind, that's ambition. Again, it's not necessarily a traditional definition, but it's my definition and that's good enough. So definitely Alexa. This series is about Alexa. It is a YA series and she lives in basically a wagon wheel type city, or settlement I guess, where there's one city at the center and then it spokes out to 3 other cities, and they're all surrounded by walls, the roads included. There's something outside the walls though, and there's something wrong within the city, and Alexa is determined to figure out what it is and fix it. Hence the ambition. Number 3 is favorite love triangle, which is highly entertaining to watch Zoe talk about because she hates love triangles, and it's great. But for this one, I went with Everless by Sarah Holland. And to be fair, I'm not big on love triangles either. I think they are pretty much dumb, is the only word I can think of. But this one I thoroughly enjoyed because, spoiler, until I put this finger down, one of them dies in this book. So by the end of the book there's only one love interest anyway, and if that's the way all love triangles die, I'm totally okay with killing off one member. Spoiler over. I just really like the love triangle in this. I like the way it ends up. I think it's a unique way to do it, a way that I have not seen it done before. This series is about a fantasy society where time is in your blood, and so if you are trying to pay off a debt, you can have your blood drained and made into time coins to pay off your debt. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but it's been a couple years since I've read it. Anyway, so basically the poorer you are, the less life you have, because you have to keep bleeding yourself, basically, to pay off the rich people, and they live forever. This story follows a teenage girl who was banished from the main hall, I guess, for lack of my brain working, many years ago for something that she did, but we don't learn about until the end of the book. And it turns out she has to go back to that main hall, the main house, to address the consequences of that, and also something much more dire, which also you learn about halfway through, because something is very, very wrong and she wants to protect the people she loves. I thoroughly enjoyed this book, and I have the sequel, I just haven't gotten to it yet, but this is definitely my favorite love triangle. Number 4 is favorite Shakespeare play. This one, or retelling. As far as retellings, the only Shakespeare retelling that I can think of is 10 Things I Hate About You, and I love it. It is my favorite. But my favorite Shakespeare play is Othello, hands down, and that is largely because of the project my friends and I did in, I want to say sophomore English, definitely sophomore English. It was great, we still remember it fondly, and we had a ton of fun. Number 5 is a book with a disappointing ending. For this one, I went with Xenocide by Orson Scott Card. I'm also going to include the 4th book, which is Children of the Mind, because by the end of the 2nd book, I think he should have stopped it there. This book was just bad all around, but the ending just dragged on, the entire book dragged on, and so realistically it's a bad end of a series, which includes the 3rd and 4th books. I haven't read the 4th book, and yes, I'm judging it as bad now, because this book is so anvil on the head, religion versus science, that it makes me want to scream, and it took me probably, I think, a month to finish this book, because I just didn't want to read it anymore. Also, by the end of it, we have some characters changing, it feels like, their entire MO, and it feels very forced, so I don't like it. And the first question, which is my last question, is favorite group cast book, and for that I am definitely going with the Temporary series by Naomi Novik. This series has one of the most underrated, amazing casts ever. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It is a 9-book series about dragons in the Napoleonic War. They go all over the world, and we focus particularly on Lawrence and his dragon Temeraire, who is a rare Chinese dragon that they capture from the French in the 1st book. I just love these books. The dragons make friendships with each other, the dragons make friendship with humans, like everybody's making friendships with everybody, and it's so good and so well done that, yes, I love Harry Potter and I love Percy Jackson, but A, those are obvious choices, and B, I think this series just dives into group dynamics more than those 2 series, because this is in a war setting. And I love the look at a war setting in a more ancient time, obviously, than Harry Potter or Percy Jackson. And the fact that it is trans species also makes it amazing. So this is hands down probably, if not my all-time favorite group cast book, definitely top 5. So that is the Anne Boleyn 6 tag. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!